Hello, Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports. So welcome back. We're going to jump back in with the OSVR. We're going to do some gameplay. Again, we're going to jump back into Assetto Corsa, this time not using Tridef at all. We're going to be using a program called Revive, and I'm going to let you know kind of my thoughts and how I got it working. So here we go. Enjoy.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Hello everyone, welcome from inside the rig. So as usual with these videos, we're going to just do a quick little overview on how to get this working. And what you want to do is you just want to Google, and I'm going to put the link in the description, of course, but it's HTC Vive Revive. That's the easiest way to kind of find it on Google, and it's the first link right here. That's the GitHub page. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down to the README, and this is kind of the meat and potatoes of what you want to look at. It's not an Oculus home game, so you don't want to follow those instructions. Now, these instructions are very concise and very accurate, very easy to follow, but what you want to do is you want to go down to Steam Games. So you want to download the Revive patch, and you can see I kind of went crazy and downloaded it a million times. Leave me alone. You do that, you extract it. It's only about 3 files. Make sure before you even start this, you go and you install Oculus Home, set up a free account. It's very easy, very quick to do. Then you go to the properties of the game in the Steam library. I'm going to show you where that is. So here's Assetto Corsa. You're going to right click, go to properties. Then you're going to want to uncheck use desktop game theater while Steamvr is active. And that's this one right here. You can see I have that unchecked. Then you're going to want to go to your local files, go to browse local files. It's going to take you right to the folder where the game is installed, and then you're going to see your executable right here. That's how you know you're in the right file. You're going to take those 3 files that you just extracted and drag them into this file here, in this folder, and that's it. Then you close everything down, then you restart SteamVR and Oculus Home. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do now that we have everything closed out, of course you just go down and you're going to start up your OSVR. Click there, start the server, and there we go. So now the server is running and it's saying that we are located roughly there. That's where I'm located apparently. Then we're going to start up SteamVR. And there we go. I'm going to start Assetto Corsa. You're going to see the error that I'm talking about. It's basically right here. It says Assetto Corsa does not support VR. It will appear on your desktop and may affect VR performance. The way that this is going to work is Assetto Corsa in all the menus is going to appear on your main desktop screen. But whenever you enter a race or anything like that, that's when it will appear in your headset. So it's pretty cool. You have to kind of take your headset off every time you're going to go through the menu system. Kind of sucks that you have to take the HMD off every time you're going to go in the menu system. Doesn't really bother me too much, may bother some other people, but you got to understand it's still kind of in development with Assetto Corsa. They are not natively supporting the HDKs yet. There's just a way to get it working. I'm just going to backtrack real quick. I do want to show you some of the settings that you have to have on and going. You have to select this Oculus Rift Early Support. These are the graphical settings I'm using, and the reason why it's not all the way up is because I kind of noticed diminishing returns. You do have a limited amount of pixels to push because we're doing 1920 by 1080 on a panel really close to your eyes. So at some point you're going to notice that you're not really seeing much of a difference between slamming these all the way up or putting the AA all the way up because you have your hardware limitations. So basically this is where I left them, and I didn't really notice a difference going above that. Of course, everyone else may see something else or feel something else because everyone's vision's a little bit different than mine. Play around with it, see how you like it. Now, I had to enable post-processing effects because if I didn't enable it, I lost my menu when I entered the race. Welcome, we're inside the rig right now. We're inside the RX-7, And I have my headlights on. Why? Because that is freaking awesome. Look at, if you were in this position right now and you could see those up in front, it is awesome looking. I have never been so excited about flip-up headlights before in my life. But the other thing you notice with the Assetto Corsa is just how pretty it looks. How you kind of notice that it's not only hardware limitations, but software optimizations that could really make things look pretty. You have the screen door effect. We know about that. We're not getting away from that. But it almost doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter at all. I'm looking over at that Mustang and it looks gorgeous. Looks gorgeous. Looks like the real thing. Yes, it's pixelated. I could see the pixels. But the way that the shading is and everything, it kind of almost melds together. And it doesn't really bother me as much. The brightness seems to be dimmer. It's a lot more of a comfortable environment to be in. With like Project Cars, that the pixels were almost like glaring me in the face. My eyes had a hard time trying to focus, and this feels a lot more of a comfortable place to be in. I could race with this for hours if I needed to, and my eyes don't feel like they're burning at all. I don't feel like I'm struggling to see. It feels comfortable. If I look ahead in the road to the right, I could tell that the fourth car back is a Toyota Supra. The third car back on the road to the right is the Mazda, and the second car I'm guessing is a 370Z Nismo, and the first car I can't tell what that is. I can see there's a car up there. I can see its taillight, but that's the limitations of the pixels right there. Let me see if I lean in. Nope, still can't, but I could definitely see that the second car is a 370Z now. But yeah, you know, I could lean in, see my dash. I could see the dash perfectly, but you'll never lean in like this while you're racing. I mean, who does that? But I could lean in and read the dash completely. You could see that there's limitations to the tracking though, because OSVR, we do have IR tracking, but not full 360 degrees positional tracking. And let me show you. Right now I'm in the gyroscopic tracking, but you can see I'm drifting a little bit because of the positional tracking is only when you're having this front faceplate facing the IR camera. So I could turn around, I could look at that wing in the back. Let me turn all the way around. Look at that awesome wing in the back there. But you can see I'm kind of drifting around because the positional tracking has lost where I'm located. Look at that trunk space back there. Another thing you're going to want to do is go in your settings and bind buttons that are close to one finger. You glance left and glance right. That's going to be your friend. In case you lose center, you can mash it with one finger real quick and recenter your head mount display. Here we go. See you later, Mustang. Oh, I'm getting squeezed. It's amazing how much in VR space. Whew. Not only do you have this sense of speed, especially coming down that hill, but how much you use your mirrors. Especially, I'm just using my eyes to glance left and right and look at my mirrors. And it looks fine. I mean, a little bit doubled because, you know, you're looking through two lenses, but it's really not that bad. I can see who's behind me and what is behind me. All right, come on. Gotta let them know you're there. Ah, way too hot. I don't normally use this car. I prefer GT3 cars on the Nordschleife, to be honest with you. That's normally how I use the Assetto Corsa. Oh, this is awesome. This is just on the OSVR. Come on. Come on. White flag is out. Woo, we're in. Whoa. Still says we're in second place. I don't know if when we come back around if it's gonna... Oh, it took it way too hot. No! Oh, jeez. That's what I get for trying to look at my standings. Ah. Anyway, at least we have them to play with. Oh, now the car doesn't feel right. This Manatino switch here, I definitely should have set. This turn is killing me. Definitely should have set turbo boost percentage to that Manatino switch, because I could definitely use to turn it down just a little bit. Because on peak boost, we're getting a little too swirly. See if we can catch him a little bit. I don't know if we will. They're moving kind of good. They're drafting off each other. Come on. Come on. Ah! Almost. Second place. All right. Well, that's it. And you can see that this menu here is in 3D as well. And from here, we could, you know, do everything as we normally would. We could exit. We could go to replays. And the interesting thing about replays, I will say, is no matter what view you're in, you could still turn your head. It's pretty darn neat. You could feel like you're a part of the audience, which is always cool.
Just final thoughts on the Revive. Well, Revive, it works really well. It actually does. Just you have to keep in mind, it's not for every Oculus title. They do have a compatibility list. Check that out. I'm going to put it in the description where to, you know, I'm sure they're going to constantly update it and change it. So definitely look into that if there's a specific title you're looking for. And I definitely think if you're an OSVR or a Vive owner, you should definitely check out Revive. It's the only thing we got right now that seems to work really well. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed. This is Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. If you're a sim racer or just a racer in general, have a great day, have fun, and above all, race on. See you all out on the track.